So there's this story in the Atlantic today. It's like the cover story for the Atlantic. It is basically what happened with JD Vance. Why is JD Vance such a piece of shit? The premise of it is that he was this promising young man who, took the dark road and now is this, representation of this dark force in America's politics. And I find this take on Vance interesting because it's the take of a person who bought into what Vance was selling 10 years ago, 9 years ago or so, and now seems to have a bit of buyer's remorse about it. Because I'll tell you what, when Vance first popped up in 2016 during the Hillbilly Elegy book tour, my feeling was it was convenient that this guy shows up to be a kind of working class white whisperer in the moment that Trump is creating a lot of demand for that kind of figure. And then after Trump is elected and Vance becomes even more prominent, sort of like here's what the people are saying kind of figure, I was like, I don't know, this guy seems like he's just regurgitating the conventional wisdom, and doing so skillfully, but like effectively just giving us conventional wisdom. And it wasn't a surprise to me at all when in around 2020, 21, like Vance kind of reemerges on the stage as like a MAGA chud. And the current iteration of Vance as MAGA chud par excellence is also no big surprise to me. Like the guy, to me, seems to have always been a pure opportunist. Like there was never a good Vance. There was only ever a guy who would say anything to just get a little taste of power and will remake himself entirely to move himself ahead up the ladder. That seems to me who Vance has always been. Maybe if there is some sort of deeper core, there's a guy who is filled with genuine self-loathing about his upbringing, about whatever trauma he experienced, and he's taking that out on the rest of us. But that's psychologizing. Just from pure observation, you can say that the guy is one of the most cynical people to ever um, operate at a high level of American politics. The last thing I'll say here before I run out of time for this, what I want to be a 3-minute video, is the Atlantic pieces by George Packer, kind of like a famous liberal writer. And there's something sort of fitting about him writing this because, in a lot of ways, it is this class of highly influential, highly placed liberal elites who are as responsible for Vance's rise as anyone else.